and basically whatever song comes up, I have to find a book that if you would like this song, you would also like this book. It's a very large thing that just went outside. Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with Spotify. So I've seen this video done quite a few times. It's not a new video, and I've been toying with the idea of doing it, and so today we're going to do it. So I'm going to pull up Spotify on my phone, and we're going to recommend some books based on songs that I listen to. So I have one specific playlist that I just listen to over and over again, and it's just a playlist that I've created. It's just called like Fun Favorites. It started off as like a list of songs that just put me in a good mood, and now it's just become the playlist of all the fun things that I listen to. Everything is on this list. There is no rhyme or reason to it. There are musicals, there are instrumental pieces, there are pop songs. It's a wide range of stuff in this playlist, but those are the ones that I listen to the most. So I'm going to shuffle these, and basically whatever song comes up, I have to find a book that if you would like this song, you would also like this book. I'm going to shuffle this playlist. I'll probably do 5 or 6, and we'll just go with a bunch of books that remind me of said songs. So for copyright reasons, I'll only do like the very beginning of the song. I will leave the songs and the artists linked down below if you would like to go check them out. I'm a lyric person, so most times I'm probably going to pick out a song or a book based on the lyrics of the song, so I would highly recommend checking those out. But let's just see what happens, shall we? I have not planned anything for this video beyond what I've just told you, so let's get started. Let's get this ready to go. Got it pulled up. Let's just shuffle and see what happens. I have no idea what's going to come up. This will be interesting. But let's get started. Okay. Okay, so this is the opening number for the musical Six, which is based on Henry VIII's Six Wives. Cool, okay. Do I want to be obvious, though? I feel like I want to be obvious. For this one, I'm going to recommend The King's Curse by Philippa Gregory. This is her Tudors / Plantagenet series, and this one is not actually following one of the wives. It's following one of the like best friends and women who have watched Henry VIII grow up and has become really close with Catherine of Aragon, I believe. But I'm picking this one because during the course of this book, you see all 6 wives at some point, and she's just kind of there watching this court do crazy things. So that's why I'm gonna choose this one. I could have chosen anything that I have by Philippa Gregory because they all take place during this time period, but yes, I've definitely raved about this. I read this a couple of years ago. I will leave, I think I talked about it in the vlog, so I'll leave it above. But yeah, that's my answer. Okay, number 2. Let's see what else we got here.
When you include the original,
Aha!
we were on the plane.
We're doing all of the musicals. So this is Come From Away. This is the opening number, and this is a musical that is based on a couple of planes during 9/11 that get rerouted to this little town in like the Netherlands, I want to say. And this song specifically is the beginning where they're rerouted and they don't know why. They're just kind of like hanging out in this airline hangar. They don't know what's going on. Oh boy, this is gonna be, this is, oh, I've got a good one. So for this one, I'm gonna actually recommend One Amazing Thing by Chitra Dakaruni. This is, I read this a long time ago, but it's basically the story of 9 strangers who get stuck in an office, and I think there's an earthquake, and so they're actually stuck there, and it's flooding, and so they each decide to tell one story, one amazing thing that happened to them to just kind of like pass the time. And I pick this one for this song specifically because they're in this situation where they don't really know what's going to happen. They don't know what the outcome is going to be, kind of like that opening song. But in the opening song, you have so many different people like popping in and out, telling their like little tiny version of what's going on, and that's kind of what happens here. Is we're following these 9 strangers in this horrible instance, and they don't know what's going on, but they're passing the time by telling stories, and that just kind of like made sense in my head. Let's see what the third song's gonna be. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm obsessed with Heathers the musical. It's a problem. All of these are musicals. I'm just now noticing this. Oh, we need to get some other things in here. But this one specifically is I Say No, and this is the original West End cast version. So this song is not in the original show. It's in like this other version. But I've become very obsessed with the song, which is why it popped up here. But this one is near the end, and the best thing I can just say about this without spoiling it is it's about like a toxic relationship that is ending, and one of the characters is trying to get out and the other one is trying to keep them there. So toxic. Ooh. I actually have 2 books for this song because there are different aspects of this song that I wanted to highlight, and I feel like these 2 do a very good job of it. The first one is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, and this one primarily focuses on the toxic relationship part of this because we follow our main character Enchanted as she is being discovered by, you know, huge artist, hip-hop star Corey Fields, and then it turns into a very, very toxic relationship, a very tough situation that's basically like she's being held against her will. So I wanted to recommend this because I did read it recently and really enjoyed it. It's not the right word, but it's an important book that I think people should read, but it's definitely about a toxic relationship. And then I also wanted to recommend Moxie by Jennifer Matu because this focuses on the kind of I Say No portion of the song. Our main character kind of is like fed up with how sexist jokes are being told at her school, and so she starts this little, you know, magazine anonymously, and it just kind of spirals into a much bigger situation. And I think that this kind of encapsulates that, you know, pushback of like, no, I'm gonna finally stand up for myself. So I wanted to recommend both of these because they were both very good, and if you like that like powerful ballad female human rights thing, then yeah, you're gonna like these. The 4th song, I forgot what we're talking about. I swear if it's another musical, we're moving on. Alright, here we go. So we're gonna not do the same musical twice, because that seems excessive. So we're gonna try this again. This has become ridiculous. Y'all! Okay. I swear I listen to more things than musicals. Alright, Take a Chance on Me from Mamma Mia. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Of Curses and Kisses by Zendaya Menon. This is the first in her, oh shoot, what's the academy called? I've already forgotten. This is kind of the first in her Rosetta Academies series. It's a companion series that all just happens to take place in the same school. And this is kind of a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I'm gonna say that this works for this song because it's all about kind of like the character who sings the song is just trying to like convince this other guy to take a chance on her. Whereas with this one, our main character, Jaya, is trying to get this guy to give her a chance because she wants to enact revenge on him because there's this rivalry between their families, and so she thinks that if she convinces him to like date her, then she can break his heart and they'll be even. And so she kind of annoys him and is always showing up so that he will take a chance on her, and then she can like enact her revenge. Obviously, doesn't go as planned, but that's what I'm gonna say for that song. Swear we get another musical. Okay. This, I think, it's just a random one that came up, but it's called Seasons. It's by David Archuleta and Madilyn Paige. I highly recommend looking up the lyrics for this because it's such a stunning song. For this one, I'm actually going to recommend The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This primarily is focused on the lyrics, so like I said, I highly recommend looking up the lyrics because the song is basically about this couple, from what I can tell, that talks about how they change throughout the seasons, and that one of them is trying to end the relationship and one of them is trying to convince the other not to. kind of. And I'm gonna go with this one because it's all about this girl named Addie LaRue who keeps getting forgotten over and over again, and she kind of has all these different seasons in her life, and just kind of the relationship that grows between her and the main male character that we meet in this book, Henry, who actually remembers her and is the first person who's ever remembered her. And so it's just kind of their relationship. It just kind of feels very bittersweet, which is kind of what the song's tone is. And so that's what I'm going to go with because I like it so much. Let's try number 6. I think this is the last one we're going to do. So let's see. Let's hope it's a good one, shall we? Ooh, okay. So you didn't actually get to hear any of this, but it's Tolerated by Taylor Swift. I am obsessed with the song. This is from her most recent album that's not like the Vault albums that she's been doing, which is Folklore. Sorry, no, Evermore. I always get those two confused. This one, oh, this is a good song, but I don't know if I have any good books for it. So again, I've got 2 options for this. They're both different. One is a fantasy and one is a contemporary, so based on kind of what you like to read. The first one I'm going to go with is Intercepted by Alexa Hall. This one I'm saying works for this because of the relationship at the very, very beginning of this book. Not the one the book is based on, just the one at the beginning, because our main character Marley has been with this guy for 10 years and she does everything for him. And he just kind of is there and not appreciating her, which is very much what this song is about. So if you like, you know, rom-com, not necessarily Hate to Love, but like maybe Second Chance, something along those lines, this is a good one. Also, if you like books with like sports in it, because the characters are on a football team, so that's a good one for that. And the other one I'm going to recommend is The Familiars by Stacey Halls. This one is it's more historical fiction than fantasy, I would say, but there's definitely this like hint of fantastical elements in it, so maybe more magical realism than anything else. But this basically revolves around witch trials. This follows our main character Fleetwood in 1612 England, and she is pregnant and has found this letter from the doctor to her husband that says if she gives birth, she will die. And so she gets this woman that she meets in the woods who has just magical ways about her to help her give birth and hopefully not die. And the relationship between Fleetwood and her husband is very strained, and I would say is very much reminiscent of this song. So if you like something that's got like hints of magic in it, this is your go-to, or if you want something that's more of a rom-com, this is your go-to. But these are both, I think, really good books for this. Alright. I'm going to do one more song. I know I said 6, but I'm going to do one more song, hoping that I don't get another musical song. If we do, we're going to skip it. We're just going to keep going until we find a non-musical, okay? Okay. Glad we've had this talk. Okay. Ooh! Okay. So this is More With You by Malinda. She is an independent artist that actually has a YouTube channel, so I'll leave her linked down below. I love her stuff. This is, I think, a song that she did with her patrons, but ooh, okay. Okay. So, this one was fun. I love this song. It's just very, like, upbeat and kind of in the style of, you know, I've been really upset, but I feel like more of a person. I feel like you and I fit really well, that kind of thing. So I've got 2 options again for this because I have a serious problem about picking things, deciding things. That's just, problematic. The first one I picked up for the song was The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Yes, I've finished this recently. Yes, it's been in a lot of videos. I'm obsessed, it's fine. But I think this works really well because it follows our character Linus. I think I've told this many times before, but it follows our main character Linus as he is a caseworker in the department in charge of magical youth, and his job is to go to all of these different homes. They call them orphanages, but they're basically just these homes for children who have magical powers, and they're come to make sure that, you know, everything's up to snuff, basically. There's not any mistreatment for the kids, and that these homes are actually doing what they're supposed to. But there's a very special case that he gets put on, and he goes to this home by the Cerulean Sea for, I think it's a month, and it's his time there. And if you know the story and you know the song, you know how good of a match this is. I'm just saying. The other one is also a romance, because hello, I like romances. And that is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I love this entire series, but this one specifically makes sense to me because it's the first in the series, and we're watching Chloe Brown and our other main male lead, Red, who really fit together, and they both make each other better, but they're also making each other better individually so that they can be their own person, but they also are making each other better collectively as, like, these two people. And so it's just very cute, and I think that the song works for this one perfectly as well, because, like, they both feel this connection and they feel this growing, I don't know, maybe like self-confidence as well individually, and this other person is helping them out to do this. It's just a very fun rom-com. I'm sure you've heard what this is about so many times, but it follows Chloe Brown, who has a near-death experience at the beginning of the book, and she just realizes that if she were to die at that moment, then no one would have anything exciting to say about her. So she decides to get a life. She creates this list, and she moves into a new apartment, and the handyman of said apartment and her have a kind of like a hate to love a little bit, but he ends up helping her with this list. There are trigger warnings in here. Let me find them. Or maybe content warnings is the best note. This story touches on the process of healing after an abusive relationship. So, careful if that is a trigger for you, but I think this book is so good. So those are my 2 answers for that one. And that's it. Those are all of the songs that I thought I would do today. Let me know if you liked this video. Let me know if you would like me to do a part 2 to this, because this was actually kind of fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. So I hope that you enjoyed. Definitely check out the songs down below if you want to. I obviously love all of them. I had a little dance party in between the takes, I'm not gonna lie. Let me know if you know these songs or if you've looked up these songs and you have a good recommendation for one of the songs that was shown in this video. I'd love to know some of your recommendations, because we always need to add more to our never-ending TBR, right? Like, that's how this works. But if you liked this video, and I very much hope that you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to be part of this awesome growing family. I've also got all my social media down there, as well as other fun and bookish links, so don't forget to check all of those out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.